What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another About Teams video. And in today's episode, we got a little bit of excitement, NFL segment, but we're going to be predicting with all these conference finals going on right now in hockey and baseball, Final Four, who will be the Final Four teams on Championship Sunday, who's going to advance to the Super Bowl, and who is going to win the Super Bowl. And Nick, I'm curious, we haven't had any dialogue on the teams we've picked. I'm excited to see where you go. I bet you're interested to see what I have.
Yep.
Nick, do you want to do which conference do you want to start first with, and who do you want to go first?
Let's start in the AFC. AFC.
Do you want mine or do you want to go?
You go first. You go first.
All right. So for me, first pick might be obvious, but I don't care. They're going to be there. The Kansas City Chiefs. They were 2-time in a row Super Bowl champion. Anyone who doesn't have them there is just trying to be different. And, Nick, I don't know what you have, but Mahomes is the best QB in the league, arguably the best QB of all time. Just what he does, everything is beautiful. He showed he can make it work without any weapons last year. If Rashee Rice is on the field, that could be a solid option. Excited to see what Xavier Worthy can bring to the team, first rounder. You still got Travis Kelce, and you still got Chris Jones in that defense. But most importantly, you still got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. That's all you need. Chiefs will be back in the AFC Championship game. And then for my other team, it's going to be a rivalry. They're going to be back, and this is the year I think the Bengals make a return.
Okay, so we got the same one.
Yeah, so Bengals last year were injured, but this year I think Joe Burrow is going to be pissed off. Him and Jamar Chase are going to cook up. T. Higgins is there for now. They lost Joe Mixon, but he wasn't really a huge impact to their team last year. That defense is still really solid. And I just, thing is it's not even necessarily the Bengals got. I think just having Joe Burrow there will be enough with Jamar. But the other teams, Buffalo, noticeably lost a lot of veterans, lost Stephon Diggs. For me, I know the popular pick is Houston, and they could be right there, but just something's telling me, I think they'll lose in like a close division round game to the Bengals or Chiefs. I feel like Joe Burrow and the experience will pay off in the playoffs, despite how stacked this Houston team may be on paper compared to the Bengals. But the Bengals still got a top 5 quarterback in the league right now. And I'll trust the Bengals to bounce back basically after taking a bye year with the Joe Burrow injury.
Yeah. I got same game, Bengals and Chiefs. I'll wait till we do all of them to announce who you got for the winners, but I got them for the same reason. I mean, the Chiefs are the definition of consistent 10, 12 wins every year, and they're going to make the AFC Championship. They have Patrick Mahomes. And then the Bengals, I mean, Joe Burrow is going to be playing pissed. He's pissed that he couldn't help his team last year, who, if they had him, they probably would have made a deep run because the Bengals looked pretty solid with Jake Browning. So
yeah, Jake Browning's balling.
If they had Joe Burrow, If they had Joe Burrow, then they probably would have made another deep run. But he wants to get back to that Super Bowl. He's hungry for it. Joe Burrow with a chip on his shoulder is a scary guy. And hopefully they can work out a way to keep T. Higgins there because that's going to be a key piece to their success.
Yeah, they need him.
So good to see we got the same AFC picks. Now I'll go into my NFC.
Yeah, you go with your NFC because this is where we're for sure going to be different, but I'm excited.
Okay, so first team, I'll go my home teams. So this team I think is going to have a huge bounce back year, and they'll be right back in the NFC chip game. I got the Philadelphia Eagles. As much as I hate them, I know when to give a team their flowers, and they have one of the most loaded rosters in the league, and they just got better with the draft. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a bounce back year. Like we just talked about, that was for me their key to success to getting to the playoffs is Jalen Hurts, and I think he's going to bounce back. He's going to be able to fully recover and heal off of whatever injuries he was facing. And then the team I got them facing, I'm not sure if you got them. This might be kind of a wild pick. I got the Packers, so it would be Packers, Eagles in Philadelphia. for the NFC chip, I think Jordan Love's going to take another big step. And the Packers already got a taste of what it's like to win in the playoffs. They just kind of ran into the 49ers and really could have won that game, but they kind of, pissed it away. But they're going to want to get back there. Jordan Love's going to take another step. Matt LaFleur knows how to get there. So I got Eagles, Packers, NFC chip. I want to hear you.
Yeah. All right. So I was curious. I didn't think you'd have the Packers in there because in our division things, you had the Bears over them, and the Packers finished third. Maybe the switch up's crazy, or maybe they make us a wild card. But I went with this. I also have the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game. I think Jordan Love, that team, second youngest team to make the playoffs, almost went to the championship game another year. Made some acquisitions like Josh Jacobs. They're going to go to the championship game right now. As a Vikings fan, I mean, I don't even mind saying I like Jordan Love. I think that team is good, and they'll be good back right there, only picking up where they left off last year, I think. But I do not have the Philadelphia Eagles. Just a lot of weird vibes. Lost Jason Kelce, lost Fletcher Cox. Nick Sirianni, I'm not sold on as the head coach. Very weird season last year. And just the vibes around the team is very dry. I know they added Saquon. They got maybe more talented, but at the end of the day, I don't know. They had to trade away some key players. I don't know. Just the vibes. I could see them winning like 11, 12 games, but kind of like a wild card team, maybe a division team at best. But, I see what you mean. Jalen Hurts gets back to that Super Bowl form, but I think that was more of just a Shane Steichen scheme thing than more than anything. The team I have going, I have an AFC North matchup in the championship game. The Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions will be playing the Green Bay Packers again.
They're gonna get back.
Detroit's gonna go back. They're not going away. I think their window now. Jared Goff's contract will kick in down the line, but it's for now. They re-sign other key players: Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell. They are still very young at positions. Jahmyr Gibbs, another year. I still believe they have David Montgomery, but if not, Jahmyr Gibbs is that RB1 role that can do everything: pass catching, receiving. Jamison Williams, I think, will take a big step this year. Been injured the last few years, but he showed that big playability. Sam Laporta, I mean, I still have some question marks about that defense, but they added DJ Reader inside. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I don't see Detroit going away. Maybe they'll lose on the wild card because Dan Campbell fucks up and makes a stupid decision. But, I trust them. They were really good last year, really good at the end of the 2022 season, where they had a 9-8 record after starting off like 1-6. For me, the Lions will be back, and we'll have an NFC North matchup to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I like that. I want to see that. So now who do you got your picks for making the Super Bowl? Who's winning AFC, NFC?
All right, for me, if you want to be different and pick another team besides the Chiefs to go there, that's fine. But Kansas City is going back. They are Patrick Mahomes. He ain't losing to the Bengals. Joe Shiesty is going to throw maybe a crucial pick, or the refs will give Mahomes a nice call to help set up the game-winning field goal. Either way, the Chiefs are going back, and they'll be facing the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions will just will cost them this game, and then Detroit is going to question themselves about this brick wall they've hit of losing 2 times in a row in the NFC Championship. This one I'd had them losing at home, so all the fans would be stunned. But Jordan Love just dissects them up, and the Green Bay Packers will play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Nick, what do you have?
My pick, and then we can pick, the winners of that and that, MVP. So for coming out of the AFC, I think you went Chiefs, and they're the hottest team.
They only have the best QB of all time on their side, but
okay, I'll let you whatever you got to do to sleep at night. But I got Joe Burrow. He's Mahomes' kryptonite, and if it wasn't for if it wasn't for a linebacker shoving Mahomes out of bounds in the playoffs back 2 years ago or whatever and getting a 15-yard penalty that ultimately lost them the game, Mahomes is very likely looking at another AFC chip W against Mahomes. So I think Burrow's going to come back, like I said, pissed off. Going to have that chip on his shoulder, and whether it's probably going to be in Kansas City. You know, we all know the Chiefs are probably getting that 1 or 2 seed at least. But I think Burrow's taking it. It's so hard to win. I don't know if you saw the quote, but Tom Brady said it. Like, there's a reason only a few teams have won back-to-back, and there's a reason no team has ever won 3 straight. It's extremely hard to do, and eventually fatigue has to catch up to you. Even when you have a Patrick Mahomes, other guys around you aren't like Patrick Mahomes where they can just be the best all the time. Guys are going to have off games. All it takes is one bad play, one injury, one something like that to, mess everything up. So I got the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl, and they will be facing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bro.
The Eagles are, like I said, going to play at it. Level. Whoa.
No.
Hurts is going to be back at an MVP level, unfortunately, for me.
Because I'm not got that tush push no more.
Yeah, but he's going to actually be throwing the ball now, using his legs like he should. Not,
I'm curious. It'll all come down to Philadelphia made those OC moves. Was that part of the problem? I don't know. I just feel like something with Jalen Hurts' leadership. It's like he tries to build up like this, perfectionism, and it's just like not realistic. And I think, Philly, you saw it wildcard game. Dallas Goedert was getting really pissed at him. Just some weird toxic vibes I can't get over. But I know what you mean. They do got the talent, but will it go onto the field?
Yeah. So now that we've got our Super Bowl picks in, let's hear the winner and MVP for you.
For me, my Super Bowl pick. It's gonna be boring. May change it during the off season, but
okay, you're going with the Chiefs then.
Yeah, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl. They're just destined. Took that huge step this first year. I only see positive vibes going up from here. Green Bay defeats Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Jordan Love. And Green Bay gets their new certified three next QB, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. Each QB delivers Super Bowl to Green Bay. Matt LaFleur wins it for them. In Green Bay, it goes.
Kind of sounds like you're switching up on the Vikings and rooting for another division rival, man. I mean, I could never. But
whatever you say, my man. Green Bay just got all the talent in the world. Cheers, Green Bay. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so
I'm right about this, too. We'll come clip it. May 31st, 2024.
May 31st.
Super Bowl will be in February of 2025, and everyone will go crazy.
Yep. Hey, place your live bet right now. Jordan Love, Super Bowl MVP. So I think
Patrick Mahomes still wins Super Bowl MVP despite the loss.
You think you're
not just kidding?
Okay, I was gonna say, bro. I think that's happened like once ever. So now we went over, the picks. Bengals versus Eagles, Joe Burrow. It's a redemption game for both teams. Both teams have very recently lost in the Super Bowl in pretty dramatic fashion. It's not like they got blown out. It's not like, they choked the game away. It was a game they could have won, but just fell to the better team ultimately. So with a Bengals versus Eagles matchup, it's going to be high-flying offense, Joe Burrow versus Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase. In Vegas, slot machines are going to be rolling. Bets are going to be getting made. Money line getting. And pains me to say, but I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts is going to get that Super Bowl MVP.
Whoa, okay.
Showed up in the big game against the Chiefs. His defense didn't show up.
Talk your shit.
And let the record know, I am a Philadelphia sports hater. I hate Philadelphia sports. The only team I hate more than Philadelphia sports is the Yankees, but that's obviously Red Sox. But I hate the Eagles. I was so happy on their downfall. I was praying on their downfall last year, but I just can't see them doing it back to back with this roster. And they're all going to be, thirsty for that.
They have all the talent to win a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
It just comes down to those locker room things and the little things in between the game that I'm curious about. But for anyone that wants to get it, these are our picks for who won the Super Bowl. And we both had Chiefs Bengals matchup. We both had Packers moving on, and should be great. Excited to see what happens, but let us know in the comments, and we'll come back to this down the line. This was our first official. We'll do it again at some point. We'll do it again at some point, maybe before the season starts, with our official predictions. But with that being said, let us know if you agree or disagree with us. Who got the right pick? But with that being said, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.